You'll always find the alternate bass note is right under it, right there. Now, if you want to, you could play, or maybe playing 2 notes on the top rather than 1. That makes a real nice up-tempo country type of rhythm, by the way. I'm playing strings 8 and 9 along with that bass note. And these are like piano rhythms, aren't they? This is what a piano player would do, playing rhythm. And just follow the chord progression around, just playing that. And then change the chord, maybe 5 frets up. So that's some nice piano rhythms like for up-tempo or say banjo tunes or fiddle tunes or things like that. So you get some nice things out of that thing playing that way. For nice slow tunes, you can do some nice piano rhythms down here, which might be just little arpeggios off the 11th, 10th, and 9th string. Or if it's a nice 4/4 tune, you can play, this is the normal walking bass, the 11th string to the 10th, to the 9th. That's what a bass player plays. So if you play strings 6 and 8 on the top, you can play what a piano player's there. The piano player plays the chord with the right hand and plays this with the left hand. So you can fill in the gaps if you don't have a piano player and play piano rhythm. Takes pretty good right hand technique though to get it, because you got to cut the notes off. You can't let them ring. Doesn't work as well. You have to go. But it makes a great 4/4 rhythm if you're doing a Ray Price or a Mel Tillis tune. That's a nice 4/4 shuffle. So using that little pattern is a nice piano rhythm. So you can play just straight chord holding if you want, down on those lower strings, or you can play the old tic-tac, or play a nice little straight 8th rhythm like. If you're not a really good rhythm player and you don't feel rhythm, though, I wouldn't do that a lot because it might get in the way of the band. So be real careful how you use this thing. You have to be discreet. If you're not good at rhythm, you get in the way, just don't do it. Just bow out. But if nothing else, just hold the chords on the bottom and don't play the rhythm. Just hold the chord. But if you feel the rhythm, and maybe you're a bass player or a rhythm guitar player too, or a piano player as well, my goodness, get in there and play some rhythms down there on the bottom. This thing lends itself well, makes the group sound a lot bigger. All right, we'll be back and we'll take this thing one little step farther. When we play the C6 or when we go to the B6, remember what we're going to hear is the D lever in, and the first thing we're going to notice is that really the chord groups have changed a little bit. If we're thinking C6, we normally think of like the 2nd string and then the 4th string as being the high notes of a chord. Well, things have moved down. We're going to think this C6 really from the 10th string, really the 12th string, this is what used to be the 10th. So thinking from the bottom up, really the bottom 9 strings all the way up to the 4th string is exactly like your C6 was. And the 1st string that you're normally used to is now out on the 2nd string, right there. So really, if we think backwards, when we played the E9th, we thought from the 1st string down, and then it changed on the bottom, didn't it? When we think the B6th, we throw the D knee lever in, And we get that sound, and then we think backwards. We think from the bottom up. Now we're playing the C6, looking at it from the back neck forward. And the string groups are going to be really starting, the most string groups that you're going to use are going to be playing like strings 4, 5, and 6, maybe 7, or 5, 6, 7, and 8, or 6, 7, 8, and 9, or maybe 8, 9, 10, and 11, or 10. We're going to leave the 11th string out because it's an odd bass note that doesn't really lend itself to this chord. And we could add in the bottom note there. So those are the normal string groups, and they are a little out of place if you think from the top down. But if you think from the bottom up, they're in the right place. And if you're an old C6 player that's been playing a 10 string for very long, this is going to throw you right off. That's why I said you can't go back and forth between the two. Once you start thinking this from the C6 up this way, it makes a lot of sense. And when you start looking at a 10-string guitar once in a while, and then you look at this, things do change, and you won't like them a lot. That's why I said don't swap around a whole lot there. So, when you're thinking C6, always remember, think bottom up. Now, there are some new positions that we're going to see for the chord groups. The root positions of the chord groups are going to be kind of strange. You always thought of C being open. Now we have to raise everything 1 fret because we've been tuned in B, haven't we? So to think C6. Now this is a major first obstacle if you've been playing C6, because the root positions where you used to think of C being open, now it's on the 1st fret. And the same sort, the little chord groups, but C is now on 1. D is going to be on the 2nd, where it used to be the 2nd fret, is going to be on the 3rd. And where F used to be, E used to be on 4, now it's on the 5th fret. It's always 1 fret high. F is going to be on the 6th fret. G is going to be on the 8th fret. A is going to be on the 10th fret. Everything's 1 fret higher, isn't it? And B, again, is going to be on the 12th fret. Now, you can think of this 2 ways. You can think of either E, let's say E being on the 5th fret by memorizing it, or you might think this. Remember how things looked when you played on the E ninth. You went to the 7th fret with the A and B pedals, and many times you've played E on 7 with the pedals down. And many times you've gone from 7 with the pedals down, and you drop back 2 frets, like to the 5th fret, and hit the D knee lever, and you've played an E back on 5 with the D knee lever in. That's the premise for the universal that we're using here. If you can't memorize where things are, my goodness, think the E ninth for a minute and think, let's see, if E is on 7 with the pedals, and I drop back 2 frets, and I hit the D knee lever like I was thinking E ninth, that's where E is going to be thinking C6 now. That's where the E6 is going to be. In the same respect, let's say you might be playing in G on the E ninth. Maybe G would be 10 with the pedals down. And all of a sudden you say, hey, this song sounds like swing. I think I want to play some swing things on the universal side. How do I find the universal G to kind of change necks mentally? Well, just drop back 2 frets, hit the knee lever there, and you're on 8 with a D knee lever. And all of a sudden now you're on the C6 side. And that's when you'd move your feet across and start playing the C6 pedals. And literally that's what we're going to be doing here in a minute. We're going to show how all that works out. The main thing is, remember that the basic 4 groups of string groups, or 5 that you might play on the C6, have changed. And all of the chord positions have moved up 1 fret. Now, if you're going to read tablature, there's 2 ways to do it. Read tablature just like it's written. My goodness, 10-string tablature is fine. The only thing you have to do is think, when you think the 10th string, what you want to think is that the 10th string is no longer the 10th string, it's the 12th string here. So if you want to take your tablature and just renumber the tablature, what was the 10th string, just cross out the 10 and put 12 there. And what was the 9th string? Put 11 there. So just renumber the tablature, where really the 1st string is, say, put a 2 there because that's where your 2nd string is. And the 2nd string, start with the 4th string. So the 2nd string on the C6, normally, is the 4th string on the universal. So renumber your tab if you want to. My goodness, say the 4th string is renumber it where it said 2, put 4. Where it says the third string, put 5. So just number them straight down until you end up with 12 strings, and you just don't have the top 3 there. And then when you see, say, if on C6 tablature, if it's a course you're looking at, and if it says go to the 5th fret, you know you have to go 1 fret higher. Just go to the 6th fret. If it says the 10th fret, well, don't believe that. Go 1 fret higher. Go to the 11th fret. And pretty soon you won't have to renumber anything, and you won't even have to think about it. You'll just automatically run up there, and you'll be 1 fret higher, and you'll automatically just lower everything two notes down. So if it says play something on the 3rd string, you'll just think, hey, it's not the 3rd string, it's the 5th string, because everything is lying about it 2 strings. So everything is 2 frets lower to you. This sounds complicated until you actually do it and you start playing it. But there again, if you don't swap back and forth between a double neck and this, the confusion is not near as bad as you think it is. All right, we're going to come right back here in a minute. We'll take up the actual pedals that are on the universal or the C6 side. You'll find out they're exactly the same pedals. They do the same exact things as you're used to. And if you've never played C6, you're going to learn some new ideas here that you can use, play some real nice swing in. The pedals on the universal side are exactly the same as the C6 was. Probably the easiest way to think of this is the minute you get ready to go to play the universal, you've been playing over here on the E9th things, the minute you get ready to think the universal, pull your feet over and put your foot equally between pedal 6 and pedal 5. Kind of split it so you can slant either way. You don't want to have to go move your foot to pedal 6 or move your foot to pedal 5. Pedal 5 and 6 are going to be the most important pedals, and once in a while you go over here to pedal 4 and you'll have to move it. That's true. But always come back to pedal 5 and 6, and once in a while you'll have to play pedal 7. True. Well, but you'll have to move it over there. Do that. But always find your home pedals, which is pedal 5 and 6. And while we're talking about that, let's go ahead and talk about the most important pedal, and that's pedal 6, and what it does. Now, we can play it open, I suppose, just so you can hear it. But with a knee lever in now, we've got it always in. The minute we think the universal, we want to get it in. We don't want to lock it in, by the way. Some of the guitars come with a lock. The lock won't let you come and go out of the 2. I think that's a completely bad idea, so I wouldn't get the lock on this thing. The thing is, you've got the B6 tuned in with the knee lever in now. Push pedal 6 down and you get this sound. And it makes the 7th or 9th chord. That's all. It's very simple. Doesn't get anything more complicated than that. So pedal 6 always makes a 7th chord as long as that D knee lever is in. So you have to have both. All right, there's another pedal that makes exactly the same sound, and that's pedal 5. So you just rock your foot the other way and listen to what happens. Now that's a different sound, but it's exactly the same kind of chord. It's a 7th or a 9th chord. Kind of brings up a question. Why have 2 pedals that make exactly the same chord? Well, there's a reason for that, and we'll see that in a minute. The main thing is that pedal 6 makes a 7. Pedal 5 makes a 7. Now, there's a pattern, a nice way to remember how these things work, and here's what we really want to learn. Let's assume we want to play in F. Let's say we want to play in the key of F. So as you see there on the screen, you've got F on the 6th fret. The D lever's in, of course. So F 6th really finds itself, a nice swing F is on the 6th fret. Any group you want to get. Now, if we want to play the 3 chords that are in the key of F in a nice swing tune, using pedal 6, you'll see that you can hit B flat 7th right there on the 6th fret, that's your second line, with the 6th pedal down. So I'm using pedal 6. So F is on 6. The 4 chord or the B flat 7th is right there, pedal 6. And the 3rd chord or the 5 chord or C7 is on the 8th fret with pedal 6, so it's 8-6. So real easy, a nice simple little pattern to remember is that the key position is no pedals on 6, push the pedal down, and that gives you one of the chords, move up 2 frets, 2 frets above, and the 6th pedal's still down. And that's a great little way to remember what pedal 6 does. It always gives you the 7th or 9th chord. And it's really what we call an up 5 chord, I guess, because if you really want to think of it, since it makes a 7th, if F is on the 6th fret, if you go down 5 and hit pedal 6, you get F 7th again. So really it's 5 frets removed from its real name. F is on 6, but F7th could be 5 frets below it, so we could call it, I guess, a 5 fret below if you want to think backwards. But 1 with the 6th pedal would be F7. So that's all there is to it to remember in pedal 6 is that really the pattern of the 3 notes of a key would be 6, 6th fret with the 6th pedal, 8th fret with the 6th pedal. And pedal 5 makes a nice little pattern as in itself too. Let's say we want to use the 6th fret for F. Pedal 5 is just a back 2 fret pedal. Listen to what happens when I hit F on 6, drop back 2 frets, and now I've hit pedal 5, and that's the back 2 fret. It's 4 with the 5th pedal in it. So that makes F7th. Sometimes we'll play an F6, and when we want to play F7th going toward B flat, we go the 5th pedal back 2 frets. So it's a 2 fret below, we call it. Well, for that matter, I might, if I want to think of any 7th chord, we know that maybe, C might be up on 11, C7, or a B flat on 11. 2 fret to the left of that, like 9 with the 5th pedal, would give you the 7th. So that's a nice, easy pattern there. You think of the 6th pedal as being a 7th, you think of the 5th pedal as being a 7th. The 5th pedal is always 2 below. The 6th pedal is always 5 below. Well, both of these make another pattern, though, where they both go together. And this is what we're really getting to. You need both of these patterns. And what you see on your screen there right now is both pedals 5 and pedal 6 put together. And this is why we really want to split those pedals so you can see them. Let's assume we're playing an F again on the 6th fret. Well, we have F7th if we drop back 2 frets, like to 4 with the 5th pedal. And this leads us towards a B flat 7th or so. So we can go to 6 with the 6th pedal. That's your second line there. But we have another way of playing B flat 7th using the 5th pedal, and it's 3 frets up. And this is the pattern we want to remember. We have B flat 7th on 6 with the 6th pedal, or we can go 3 frets up, 9 with the 5th pedal. And that reason for that being is that really B flat is on 11, isn't it? If we drop back 2 frets and hit the 5th pedal, that's how that 7th chord with the 5th pedal got there. So there's a pattern there that we're using. That's it right there, using that 6-6 up to 9 with the 5th pedal. Well, if that's true, look at your bottom line there. You see 8 with the 6th pedal is the 3rd chord, or the 5 chord we could call it, C7th. Go up 3 frets from there to 11 with the 5th pedal, and that's the same pattern, isn't it? So this whole little thing develops a pattern we can use all the time. It's a great pattern you're looking at there. It's F on 6, back to an F7th on 4 with the 5th pedal. Look at the D levers, always in too, just not forget that. Then it automatically just kind of progresses to a B flat 7th, 6 with the 6th pedal, or up to 9 with the 5th pedal. And then if the song went to a C7th or so, we could go back to 8 with the 6th pedal, or up to 11 with the 5th pedal. And that gives us a nice 3-chord blues. And that's what you hear everybody playing on this C6 all the time. It's that full pattern of pedal 5 and 6. All right, those are the biggies right there that you need to get. If you can't get anything else but than that right there, you can play most swing songs. But there's more pedals on there. Let's talk about them for a minute. We'll take all these before we get done. Pedal 4 is one that we don't use a lot, but it's what we call the old boo-wah pedal. You hear it all the time. It goes... Most people have that as the 8th pedal. It'd be way over to the right. We've moved it, as we said before, because of the way we play it along with the other pedal. But the boo-wah pedal is what we call also the up 3 chord. The name of this thing is 3 up. You can think of it 2 ways. You can think of F being on the 6th fret. If you want to go up 3 and hit the boo-wah pedal, you get a funky or a blues F up there. Kind of a strange blues or a jazz chord F. So that's why we call it the up 3 chord. If you go up 3 and hit the boo-wah, you get F. So if F is on 6, 3 up with a boo-wah or pedal 4, that'll give you a jazzy F or a hold it kind of F. Or we use it another way. The most common way we use this thing is if you're playing in the key of F. A lot of times you'll have a chord progression that'll go, it'll go from the 1 to the 6 chord, or it'll go down 3. And then, well, instead of going down 3, that's what we have the boo-wah pedal on here for to start with. I think that's why it was born, because we can play the F on the 6th fret, hit the boo-wah pedal, and that gets you the 6th chord or the down 3 chord. And the very next thing that's going to happen probably is going to be the 5th pedal, because that gives you the following chord progression. And that's when we would go to the 8, 6, and back. So the boo-wah pedal falls into the chord progression more than we would use it maybe going up 3 frets to find the jazzy F. We would probably go. Notice we work right from the left to the right, going from pedal 4, 5 to 6. And that, friends, is why we moved that pedal from over here on pedal 8. People used to have to go all the way from pedal 8 and try to hit pedal 5. Now that's a long ways to jump. So we just moved it where we could get to it and naturally just work right across. It's a natural progression, 4 to 5 to 6. And that's the way most swing tunes do. Well, that's a little bit about pedal 4. It's fun to know, and you can use it. That's about all anybody knows about it that plays swing. There's one left, pedal 7. And that's a nice, easy one. This is a pretty 6th or a minor pedal. Or we can call it the F4. There's several ways you can think of it. Let's look at it both ways. Let's suppose we're playing in F again, maybe on the 6th fret. By using pedal 7, you get this sound. Really, it makes a major 7th if you want to think of it like that. Pedal 7, right there on the 6th fret, would give you an F major 7 in a way. But we don't use it a lot that way. Here's how we do use it, though. If you're playing F on the 6th fret, go up 5 frets and play the pedal 7. And it gives you another F or an F major sound. But be careful what strings you play. Play from really the 4th string, the 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. But if you go lower than that, you get out of the chord. But it gives you a nice F6 sound. F on 6, F on 11 with the 7th pedal. So you use it that way, but there's another way too. Pedal 7 comes in kind of natural if you're playing an F on the 6th fret again. And if you back up 2 frets to the 4th fret and hit pedal 7, you get the sound of a 2 minor or the 4 chord or a B flat 6. So really you can get the 3 chords in a song by playing F on 6, and then you can back up 2 frets to the 4th fret, hit pedal 7, and you get like a G minor sound. If a song goes to a 2 minor or a G minor, that's it. Or to the B flat, same thing as I would find up on 11, by the way. And then if you want to go to the 3rd chord or C7th, you might go to 8 with that 6th pedal. And that's really how we play a lot of the pedal 7 stuff. We might play F on 6, and then we'd go to pedal 7, and then maybe pedal 5 and 6 there would give us a diminished chord getting back into it. So kind of a natural progression you hear a lot is 4 with the 7th pedal to 6 with pedal 5 and 6 both down. Kind of makes a diminished chord there, and then gets you back to the F with no pedal. And maybe the boo-wah sound. And then you can actually go to pedal 7 again right there on 4. So that's the sounds you hear everybody doing. If you don't know anything about the C6, the universal, that's a real good, nice sound of things and progressions that you do hear all the time. So learn those right quick. All right, that's about it for the pedals. They're not that hard. They're exactly like the C6. I will say one thing. We threw a pedal away. The normal 4th pedal on a C6 is the one that raises the 4th and the 8th string, and it sort of makes a major 9th sound. We don't use that much anymore, and there's not many courses that have that in it, so we just took it off. Instead of having an 8-pedal universal, we have a 7-pedal universal, and it makes it simple, doesn't it? So if you want to add that 8th pedal in there, you can do that. It doesn't matter. If you just want to clutter up your guitar with the extra pedal and you really use it, why not? Throw it in there. But if you don't use it, or if you don't know anything about it yet, don't bother. Just make it a nice 7-pedal E9th, B6th sound. And it really is quite easy to learn. These pedals are, this is kind of a quick run-through through it, but if you know anything about the C6, you see how it relates to the universal. And you haven't lost a thing. Everything is exactly the same as it was. You get more on the E9th, don't you? And really, you don't lose a thing on the C6, and you get the ability to go from one to the other. And that's what I like about it, is that you don't have to lock in the knee lever. And even if you have a lock on there, don't bother with it. Just learn to think when you go into the universal B6 part, just throw the knee lever in, the D lever there, and just move your feet across. And you can do gobs of things there. We'll come right back here in a minute and take up one more item. That big, not long knee lever we talked about there before was the one that lowers the 5th string. And it's nice to know when to use this thing. And as it says right there, use it anytime. Let's suppose, as an example, we might be playing that F on the 6th fret again, like an F6. Use that knee lever anytime. Just throw it in there. Of course, play the 5th string as the melody, because that's the one that's lowering, isn't it? But it gives you like an F major 7. Pretty sound using that knee lever, just with no pedals or anything. Well, one of the most natural things you'll probably end up doing is playing like an F or the B flat 7th right there, using pedal 6. Use the knee lever there. That's, of course, why we wanted that knee lever, where we could do that, wasn't it? Nice melodies in there. Of course, you might be using pedal 5 right there on the 6th fret again. You can use the knee lever there. You might be using the old boo-wah pedal, pedal 4. Use the knee lever there too. Becomes part of a melody line. You can build scales out of that. Now, you might be using pedal 7 sometime, but if you hit the knee lever, it fights it. Because really, the pedal 7 raises the 5th string a whole tone, and the knee lever lowers it a half a tone. So you can't do both, but you can use the two in conjunction with each other. You can hit pedal 7, let it off, and then go to the knee lever, and you get the kind of melodies you hear guys play all the time on the C6. So you learn that little movement of pedal 7, and then go into the knee lever. But you can't do both of them, because they come out with a real strange, bad sound. So it's either one first and then the other one, but you can't do both. Sometimes we do play pedals 5 and 6 together, which gives us that diminished chord we talked about. One of the nicest things to know is that pedal 5 and 6 makes the diminished chord first, but you can also use the knee lever while you're playing that. And it gives you melody lines or scales, or really a nice 7th chord out of the diminished. So pedal 5 and 6 makes the diminished you use all the time, and the knee lever even expands it even more. And gives you melody lines you wouldn't find any other way in there. That's about it. This thing works simple if you think simple. Thinking 7 pedals, there's a lot of pedals, I know that. But if you understand them in little patterns like we just talked about it makes it a lot easier. Remember that the E9th is the same E9th you've been playing. You can pick up anybody's E9th course and play it on the universal. You can pick up anybody's C6 course and play it on the universal. And the fun is, you don't have to swap nicks, and you don't have to change 20 strings. All you have to do is change 12. And really, you get a lot better E9th on the bottom. And that's the best part. You've expanded things, and it makes you a lot better player. That's about it. We've used up this hour, and we've taken simple things. But learn this first before you take off anywhere else. And you can learn single note lines for the C6 or single note lines off the E9th, off of anybody's courses. And we didn't cover those, but you don't have to. Those are things that are readily available. I hope you enjoy the universal. If you're not into it yet, get into it. It's a lot of fun. And if you're having to make the transition, grit your teeth and throw the other one away. Throw your double neck in the closet, or dig a hole about 8 feet in the ground and try this. I think you'll like it.